Hi, guys, and welcome to another episode of Football Monks. In our series of season previews, today we are going to cover the most flourished team in the last decade, Manchester City. So I'll throw it straight to you, Romil. What do you think Manchester City are going to do for this season?
We are winning back the title this season. Uh, the way we have lost it, I don't think anyone at City hierarchy are happy with it. And it has been repeatedly said by Pep too. So they want the league back at any cost. And we have seen them plugging all the holes. Centre back brought in, a winger brought in for the outgoing winger. And there are more centre backs or a forward being linked. And City have the money to splash. So yeah, they are City is a team that fights on all the titles and they aim to win all the titles. So yeah, the league is the first priority, as it has been said by Pep across all the interviews we have had. So yeah, it is a big season for City for Pep, and I think this will set a good benchmark to see how City can flourish in the next 5 years. So this season is a big season for all of us.
Rohit, what is your view on our noisy neighbors, Manchester City?
Um, my view is that I've really felt last season they did not replace Company, and I think they've still not replaced him. I think Company's leadership was key to winning all the titles City have won
That's right.
in this decade. So I think they definitely need to get a leader in, and I think they've lost David Silva as well. I think David
Yes,
Silva was
yes.
also a big figure in the dressing room. So I think I don't know. Like I think the transfer window is actually going to determine for me how how much City are going to. They're definitely going to be there fighting for the title. But if they can go all the way, I think the transfer market is going to define that. They need to definitely get that leadership in defense. I think Koulibaly is the guy they are
Right.
looking at, and I think it's going to be that's a great signing. But yeah, I think otherwise, I think in midfield and everywhere they are covered. But I think that leadership and is where they need to sort of. And I think last season Ederson also made it was not the best season for him from a keeping perspective. So yeah, I think the signing of a leader will determine if City go all the way because they have the manager, they have everything else. I think there's just that leader on the pitch that's gone missing. I think for them.
So, as rightly mentioned by Rohit, Dixit, what do you think City are going to shape up for the next season? It's a cramped season. Difficult fixtures will be there, and of course, the loss of Champions League in the last season will hurt
Right.
them, and they need to come back stronger. And they need to make a statement even in EPL and even in the Champions League. So, what do you think?
I think City has got two squads in them. Bench strength is really good. You don't see that bench in EPL. So Pep has done a marvelous job there, and also he has done a good job keeping all the players happy. It's seldom we see that expensive bench being so happy. And with the games every 3 days, I think Pep will cherish such situation because it will give the likes of Bernardo Silva, Foden, a chance to come in and show what they are doing and will also allow Ferran Torres, a late 15-20 minutes every game to come in and get himself acclaimed to the coveted EPL. So I think that is what, and I believe Pep to go 4-3-3 or maybe the formation they have been playing for so long. But I will not be surprised if he goes 3-5-2 because we have seen a few glimpses where he has tried 3-5-2 but failed, maybe because of Sane being too rigid and too direct on the left flank, or Walker being clueless when he goes down to attack and forgets tracking back. I think Cancelo solves that problem, and with Mendy fully fit, I will not be surprised if Pep goes 3-5-2. I think Romil would love that. Romil would love to see
Yeah.
that because the stacked midfield and an injury prone Aguero, an aging Aguero, and Jesus and Sterling missing those sitters. I think Pep will look seriously at 3-5-2 so that it allows him two attacking men who will score freely.
Yeah, missing sitters. That Champions League loss might have hurt City fans so much. Coming to Aguero, he had a difficult season. He is injured. And how do you intend to replace him? Because we are not seeing Gabriel Jesus a perfect replacement for him. And even if not a perfect replacement for him, he's not been up to it. Like what City would expect him to do so. So, do you think that they'll get in another striker?
So a striker was always on the agenda. We saw City looking for a striker. We saw being linked to Lautaro Martinez, Joao Felix, and we had a short Messi saga also. So everyone knows Pep is in for a striker, a false nine player. And yeah, Gabriel plays a different role. He's not there only for the goals. He has his more towards the goals. But yeah, being a center forward of a big club, you have to be clinical. I can say that. And Jesus, after spending 3 years at City, I think City fans expect him to be a bit more clinical. Talking about replacing Aguero, to be really honest, you don't get such strikers. It's like once in a generation player. So if you are lucky, you are going to get it. But City are looking for a striker and another centre back after Nathan Ake to go for that inch perfect squad, which Pep has overly mentioned. But if you ask from EPL perspective, if we get Bernardo Silva back to form, Riyad Mahrez being a bit more consistent, and we also had like Jesus being a bit more clinical, and we don't have a major injury, then we are very good to win the title. Because even without having KDB, we won 4 titles, and we did it with 98 points. So City can handle the pressure of titles. Pep and the team has experience. You have injury-free Benjamin Mendy, hopefully. So 3-5-2 works. We saw that happening in the start of 18 and 19 season, but Mendy was injured and we didn't have a good left back to replace him then. Maybe a Joao Cancelo right now with a makeshift left back or someone who is very good going forward in a 3-5-2 on the right flank. Kyle Walker can play as a right centre back, or we have enough centre backs if we buy one more centre back to play in the 3-5-2 mold.
Rohit, according to you, what are the obstacles for this Manchester City team? I mean, they always have a great bench. All the 16 to 18 players are, top class. But still losing the title to Liverpool by a margin of 18 points is a lot called for. So where do you think they suffered and still suffer if they are not going to plug those holes?
So I think there are a couple of things that I would like to mention. I think one is Aguero's fitness is going to be key to how Manchester City's season goes. Aguero, I don't think City have another player who can get you as many goals as Aguero. So Aguero needs to be there at the key moments throughout the season right now. And the other thing is, I think Pep, as Romel mentioned, I think they're going to go 3-5-2. So definitely Pep needs a tactical tweak. I think a lot of teams have maybe figured out how to win against City, or how to not to lose against City at least.
That's
That's
right.
where they might have lost points. I think Pep needs to play a little compact. I know he's true to his philosophy and high pressing and all that, but it's been a while since he's won the Champions League as well. So there's a reason to that, and I think he needs to sort out how to play a good compact game. It's not always, you don't need to score 4 5 goals, 3 goals every game. I think 1-0 is also going to get you 3 points. Same for 2-1. So I think yeah, Pep needs to sort of make a few tactical tweaks. I think I think because he's been playing that for quite a long time, this style. So I think yeah, there's an end to everything, and there. But I think he's smart enough. He's a top manager, so I think he would have figured that out already, and City are already working on all those things.
We can see
Anything?
the pain in the voice of a United fan.
Yeah, not the best. I've already said Liverpool are favorites, and now we're talking about the contenders in City. So yeah, not the best times, I would say.
Anything, Dikshit, which you would like to add to Rohit?
I think Rohit has covered many of the points, but I would like to say, Pep, we expect him to do something bigger, because when he came to City, apart from getting the brand name, which we saw, being Messi, being ready to come down to City, because, many fans were calling out, they have won the league with Mancini or Pellegrini, what new does Pep brings in? You win it with 80 points, you win it with 100 points. As Rohit mentioned, you win the game 1-0 or you win the game 4-0. What new has Pep brought in? Because a team which has played semi-final before, and with Pep, they are constantly going down at quarter-finals, and to teams someone like Olympic Lyon or other teams which you do not expect. So I think Pep will have to prove his mettle in Champions League as well. Maybe semi-final is somewhat we would like to go City. We like to see City go with this squad. I think that is achievable, and if we do not do that, Pep's real failure lies there.
City have always been a spending team. They sort their problems in just one transfer window or even couple of them. So they are trying to get in Koulibaly. What impact do you think Romelu is going to bring? Is it similar to Van Dijk at Liverpool?
We can say we are getting a replacement for Vincent Kompany if we get Koulibaly. One season late, but we are definitely getting a replacement for Vincent Kompany because Laporte still, I think, is not the exact Vincent Kompany replacement. I think we cannot rely him to lead the line, but definitely we can. Uh, Laporte does extremely well beside Vincent Kompany, so we can expect the same to be there with our first choice centre back pairing, Koulibaly and Laporte. So for me, I think Koulibaly is the most important player that City needs right now, even apart from the forwards. Because as Rohit mentioned, City needs Aguero to fire, but if you take out Aguero's 20 or I don't think he has scored 20. He scored 16 goals and City scored 102 goals. And even at 86 goals without Aguero, we are still the table toppers to score that many goals. We know the importance of Aguero goals when it comes in the bigger games, but scoring is never a problem because City creates so much. You can miss some, you don't have clinical strikers and still you will end up, your strikers will end up having 15, 20 goals. So that is not an issue. But the issue has been always the centre backs, the defense, because City could not win the game 1-0 because it's not in the City DNA. Chelsea could do it because they had that Jose Mourinho thing. We never had. We had Pellegrini was an attacking manager. Pep was in. City can't defend for their lives a 1-0 score line or even a 2-1. We will panic at the back. So you need someone to figure that out. And I think Koulibaly is the only guy in the market maybe who can fit this profile very well. A big money move, definitely. But yeah, the quality maturity is should be worth the money.
Right. So Rohit, I'd like to ask this: what is Pep's, go-to thing right now? Of course, he wants the UCL so badly. The owners want it so badly. But what is a realistic finish for Manchester City in the EPL table? And how will they tackle UCL?
I think I see Man City as the only challengers to Liverpool in the Premier League. I think Chelsea might be a surprise package, but it's still a very long shot for Chelsea. Manchester City are going to be there or thereabout, very close to Liverpool, and second being the worst case finish for them, I feel. And yeah, as far as the Champions League goal goes, I think yeah, Pep needs to sort of figure out his tactics. I think as we saw with Barcelona as well, right? You like pace and power is taking over now. You saw how Bayern Munich is playing. You saw what Lyon did. You know, Musa Dembele coming on, rattling uh, City, and of course, Ederson made those mistakes and City lost because of that as well. But yeah, Pep needs to sort of figure out a tactic where City don't concede a lot because City are going to score. Right? He needs to figure out how to be compact. I think he needs to instill that in the players because
We
I think
do
City are
lack
conceding way too much in the Champions League to win the Champions League. Champions
To win
League
the Champions League,
is
you need the mentality to churn out 1-0
I
results.
to turn out one in results, and I think in the Champions League, your defense is going to win you the Champions League because ultimately it's a knockout, and yeah, so you put pressure on the other team by not letting them score, and then they will give you the chance to score. I think yeah that, but you never know. Pep is a top manager; he might figure it out as well, and so yeah.
we might see a surprise signing, in my opinion, in someone in the mold of a Vidal guy, who is there, who is an engine of a club, I can say. Someone like who just runs. He is ferocious, like AC. City was linked with AC Milan's
Benasser.
Benacer,
Benasser.
Benacer, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, that is some sort of player that City needs, especially for the UCL games. We can grind out the EPL games where we have 65, 70% of the ball and have plenty of chances, even against the top six sides at many times. So EPL is not an issue, but if you want an inch perfect squad and something that will cover your defensive lack of defense, I think that is a mold which City are looking. I don't think David Silva replacement is required, but someone rash, we can say a rash tackler, a midfielder, a prime Fernandinho for that matter, who can someone can replace in that mold.
So you are saying that
Yeah.
City is maybe not satisfied with Rodri?
Rodri has a bit different style. I think he's more of a cleaner, good passer and all. But somewhere I think at some situation you need such a player of Benacer mold or someone like a Bedard who is there, who is very ferocious
Bruno
and
does the
lifts
dirty
a
job.
team up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Right.
does the dirty job. So far we see Gundogan doing that, but again, Gundogan does not have that physical attributes, or he does not. You need someone like Kante, engine to keep running, and I don't see Gundogan doing that. It's not his favorite style. He's doing it. He's doing decently his job. I think he's a manager's player rather than a fans player. He's doing that job, but he's not built for that job completely. So yeah, but
So
it's very very
what's
difficult to find such a player that fits the passing style that also does the dirty job. So it's very difficult to buy that, to find even that player, irrespective of whatever money you are willing to pay.
what's your expected finish from Manchester City?
I won't comment anything on UCL, but I'll
Hmm.
definitely say we are the favorites for the domestic cups, and I think we are even favorites easily for the EPL title, because I don't see Liverpool having a great season. So if Liverpool does not compete, I don't think anyone has that chance to challenge City really.
How are you placed on this, Dikshit?
I think City are prime contenders. I'll be surprised if they lose the title this season. I think not only see the heart says Chelsea, but I think City is taking it clean stakes.
Okay, guys, that's a wrap from Football Monks from this episode. Tune in for another episode for the season review. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you guys.